Yo, what's going on, snipers, and welcome back to our Montreal Canadiens franchise mode. So in last episode, we started up the year 1 simulation for the second time. Just check, yeah, it's February 1st. So far, it's been an up and down season. As you can see, our record's 24, 23, and 5. So we've won games, but we've also lost games, and kind of I want to go back into a bit of a rebuilding state to an extent, like getting younger guys into the organization, moving out those big long contracts. So we're going to be making a couple trades in this episode, ones that I suggested in last episode. So the first one was to get rid of Shay Weber, just because he's got too much term left. He's not had the greatest season, I don't think. Or maybe he has had a good season. Let's take a look. He's had 23 points. He's been a plus 10, so he's been a solid defenseman, and he deserves to go to a team that definitely will make the playoffs, and that's what we're going to be doing. So we're going to be sending him to the Calgary Flames in exchange for a first-round pick, Oliver Shillington, and Jacob Peltier. So that first is probably going to be late first-rounder, maybe like a 27th to a 31st overall pick. So it's going to be an interesting one there. Maybe we could get somebody good late round. And then there's also Oliver Shillington, who's a really good young prospect. He's technically could play on the top six already. He hasn't been getting minutes in Calgary, so they're going to be willing to give him up. As you can see, he's only played 2 games this NHL season with 1 goal. Previously in real life, he had 8 points in 38 games. He's like more of an offensively minded defenseman, but according to the Pro Scout assessment, he might actually fit our system pretty well, which is good. So we're gonna bring him in, and then also we're getting a young player in Jacob Peltier, who's a 65 overall top 6 forward. He should be able to make the NHL if he grows properly. So that's gonna be a nice one as well, because gives us a guy to play on the where is he? Is he a winger? I think he is a winger, right? Yeah, he's a left winger. Gives us a left winger for the future, which we probably don't have a whole lot of. So I think this is a good trade for the Habs organization if we want to go back into rebuilding state, which we do. So thank you for your time here, Shay Weber. I know a lot of Montreal Canadiens fans really liked you, but we're going to send you off to the Flames, and hopefully you get a good chance to go win a Stanley Cup there, which I'll get to in a bit. So let's go to edit lines and put in Oliver Shillington. Just replace him purposely right here for now. I'll probably change it afterwards, just because there's a lot of changes that I want to do with the lineup. And wow, okay, Shillington and Petrie have a +5 combination, so maybe I leave Shillington on the top pairing. Yeah, I think I might actually. And I might want to put Shillington on the power play too, because it would be nice to put Shillington on the power play. Because being an offensive defenseman, I think he deserves a chance to be on the power play. Yeah, he's already on the power play. Okay, good. Yeah, he actually fits this team system pretty well, so I'm liking that. Okay, so that's our first of 3 trades, because there's another one that you guys would have saw in the last episode where I was suggesting to do, but there is one that we got to do beforehand. Sherratt. Now, Ben Sherratt, he just recently signed with Montreal in real life, but his contract, I don't like it at all, really. 3 years at 3.5 for 79 is... It's a bit iffy, because he's like a top 6 defenseman, and we have guys in the minors like Noah Juleson who we could call up to replace him. So we're going to be trading out Ben Sherratt, and it's kind of crazy because we get some actually good offers like this one from the San Jose Sharks. A 3rd round, easily take that one. Then we're going to call up Noah Juleson, and he's going to be replacing Ben Sherratt in the lineup. I might not actually make any changes with the lines after this. The next trade also affects our lines, but we're going to have to call up somebody. Well, actually, I'm going to have to make some offensive changes. So, because we're going to be trading away Thomas Tatar. So, Wilson and Riley. Maybe I'll change this around a bit. Yeah, I want Riley with Mete and Juleson with Kulak, maybe. Yeah, I think that works better. Okay, and then our... Well, actually, let's just go best lines in the minors for a second. just so that kind of adjusts those lineups. And our final trade is to send away Thomas Tatar. You guys remember from last episode. So Tatar, 84 at 29. He has 2 years left, so technically I don't have to trade him this season. But I'm going to be trading him this season just because that Morgan Frost offer is hard to not accept. Because there is some other interesting offers, but a lot of the guys have 1 year left, and they're kind of just rental pieces to go for a cup run. And it's only giving us 2 offers now, which is weird. But we are going to go to decline both those trades, and we're actually going to make that trade. I don't know why Philadelphia's not offering us that anymore, though, because we haven't moved up even a single day. But we're going to go to centers, and they do still want to give up Morgan Frost. So basically, the heck, I didn't want to do that. Oh, I'm in Trade Finder still, that's why. I wanted to go to actually propose trade. So do Tatar for Frost straight up. The Flyers should accept. They don't for some reason. I don't know why they've changed, because literally I said I haven't simmed a single day since the end of last episode. So, let's see. We got to go to Philadelphia, because Morgan Frost looks like he's going to be a really good player. 77 overall at 20 years of age. He's also still on his minor league contract, but if you look at his stats, he's listed as a depth forward. He's playing pretty good in the minors, and he's also got some pretty good categories, like his shooting category is pretty good. His offensive stats are pretty good, like his skating and his puck skills. He's not very physical, and he's solid enough defensively. So let's see if this deal goes through, considering the Flyers didn't offer it to us this time, and they rejected this time. They don't like the extra salary. That's weird. Because literally, like I said, I haven't simmed a single day since. So we're going to actually retain a tiny bit of salary since we have the cap space available, just to make this deal go through. So, yeah, let's retain 10%. $500,000. I'm fine with doing that for 2 years. It's only $1 million. They still don't like it. I might be willing to retain $1 million of the salary, which is kind of weird. Thomas, $3.8 million per season, which is pretty good, I think. And so there you go. We might have to retain only $1 million a season, but that's only $2 million when you think about it, so it's not going to affect us too bad, I don't think. And then we're going to be calling up, I think Charles Hudon is our guy. Yeah, he's been playing pretty good down there. So we're going to call up Charles Hudon. Wait, actually, we have more than enough PlayStation in the lineup already. So I'm going to have to send down... I don't know why Frost went right to the NHL. I would rather Frost being... Yeah, we're going to send Frost back down to the minors. Just to give him some more ice time down there. And we're going to call up Charles Hudon. Wow, I can't do that. You got to be joking me. Wait, by how much? I don't even know. I mean, I could send down... Or I could call up somebody else as well. Let's just call up, Xavier Ouellet as well, as for depth purposes, yeah. And we could put somebody else in his replacement over to player limit. God damn, I hate this type of thing. So we'll send down Christian Fulham. Wait, what did it say? Under the salary cap. How? I don't even know if Christian Fulham got claimed or not. No, he has not, which is not a surprise. Let's see, what can we do here? That doesn't... I mean, Lehkonen. Yeah, Lehkonen fits there properly. Paul Byron is left-handed shot as well, though. Let's see. Scratched. And then we're going to... Hudon does fit there pretty well, but is Pointing better over there? Pointing fits there better, and Hudon's almost a perfect fit on that fourth line. So you know what, we're going to do that instead, because Pointing has pretty good potential. And then we're also going to have to adjust the power play unit a bit. Who do we want to put here? Jeff Petry's not on the power play currently, so now he's going to be. I don't know why he wasn't in. So we'll put Petry on the power, considering he's our best defenseman at the moment. Actually, that gives him -1 overall, but I don't know if it's because of anybody else. Extras. Sorry if this is taking a while, but whatever. And then we'll put in, who do we want to put in here? Centers. Is Paling on any? No, he's not. Yeah, we'll put in Ryan Paling. Like a pretty crazy goal I saw on Twitter, so we'll put him in on the 3-on-3. Okay, and then down in the minors, let's just go best lines again, just because I don't really care about the minors as much. Like, there is some players I care about, but other ones not too much. So Morgan Frost is getting second line, and McCarron. Make sure that Juelson's in the lineup over what's his name, Carl Olsner. So yeah, defensively, yeah, everything looks good. Okay, start up the rest of the season simulations. If we actually somehow still make the playoffs, hopefully not, because I pretty much traded away our best player. So let's go right till the end of the regular season. This team wraps up the season. Hopefully we get some trades for other teams that pop up soon. Blockbuster. Let's see. No, I don't want to be trading away picks. Thanks though. And we've won 2 games in a row. 3 games in a row since making those trades. And we have a defensive core that has nobody that good. So first big blockbuster trade, Hayes, a third, a fourth, and Dale Bernhardt, I think. I don't even know his first name. But Bernhardt to Detroit for and David Schlemko. So David Schlemko is headed back to Philadelphia, but had salary and Kevin Hayes for Mike Green, who's really old. So interesting trade offer that happened. Actual trade that happened. This team should be losing more games though. Make us better. Yeah, we lost 3 games now in a row. No, I don't want to give up picks for, I think that's Marcus Granlund. If it was Mikhail Granlund, maybe I would do it, but like at the same time, we're not a team that I want to be winning with, really, so. But yeah, this team is really streaky. Keith Kincaid in a fourth for a third in Nemesnikov. Yeah, I'm not going to accept that. That wouldn't really help us out much. Like, it would probably give us more offensive boost. There's another trade. So Chris Kreider's been traded to the Anaheim Ducks for a second, a third, and S. Benoit. Interesting. Well, as a defensive prospect. Dallas has acquired Jason Demers, who used to play in Dallas, and a fifth from Arizona for a first-round pick in Nyberg. I think that's Julius Nyberg, his name. That's kind of a weird one for Dallas to give up the first-round pick to get somebody like Jason Demers. Wow, that's a big one too. Holy crap. So Winnipeg isn't really struggling in the sense that they're losing defensemen and whatnot, but they made a trade here. Mark-Edward Vlasic in a 2021 6th-round pick from San Jose for a first-round pick in 2021. Sami Niku and Matthew. Interesting. I kind of like these trades that happen around the league, and I also like that pop-up a lot because it kind of gives a bit more story to it. So we're getting offered Tyler Toffoli and Joakim Ryan for Byron and a fourth. No thanks. Toffoli's probably the type of guy that would ask for more money than what he's making right now. Brendan Dillon has been traded to Winnipeg, so Winnipeg's stacking up on former San Jose defensemen for a second and a third. So I guess Winnipeg's going to an extent, trading away future picks and whatnot. Our 6th round pick for Robbie Russo, really? Good try, Arizona. I don't need like a 75 or 76 or whatever he is. Another trade, Tony DeAngelo, a third and a fourth to Buffalo for a first round pick. I didn't think Tony DeAngelo would be able to fetch a first, but I guess he could. And Sundstrom as well. That guy's not even in the NHL, I don't think, at this point. Like, I thought he was in Europe. 2 fourths for a third and Matt Pumple. No, thank you. And this team has managed to win games after those trades. Like, it must be just Carey Price at this moment. A fourth of Thompson for a third. So Toronto really wants Nate Thompson. Like, we would be able to move up to the 3rd round pick, but it's not really worth it at this stage, I don't think. So we're 31, 27, and 6 at the trade deadline. Let's see how much points players like Oliver Shillington put up with us in opposed to where he put up with Calgary. But we know he played only 2 games in Calgary anyways, with 1 goal. So I'm curious to see how much points he's put up with our team. And speaking of Oliver Shillington, he's been injured, which is not good. But we will put in Carl Olsner, because Carl Olsner gets a chance with that horrendous salary. Who was it that came back? Oh yeah, it was Vroni. I think Vroni was on the third line. Wait, what position does Vrone play? Center. Yeah, it must have been here. It had to have been. So, Phil Verone. There you go. Okay, so hopefully this team loses games because I don't want to be making the playoffs. And we've won 3 in a row. This is not good. If we make the playoffs after all those trades, I don't even know why the case would be. And Jesperi Kotkaniemi has been injured as well with a sore shoulder. Just go replace player. I forget who that's going to put in. No, Juleson's been injured. Wow, what the hell is this? We're getting bombarded with injuries at the end of the season. I hate when that happens, when like multiple injuries happen at once. Oh, okay. Who is back from injury? Kotkaniemi is... Okay, so Matthew Pekka, you're out of the lineup. Kotkaniemi, you're back in, even though you're still kind of injured a bit. And then the other guy... Yeah, Juleson's still out. Oh, they put Shillington in Juleson's spot, so we're going to have to replace Shillington with Juleson and then put Shillington back where Alzner was. That's kind of annoying. Because Shillington was coming back at the same time as... Oh my god, and now Carl Alzner has been injured. Jeez, like depth defenders are getting injured as well. Hopefully that helps us lose more games. Kotka's in the lineup already. Okay, good. And Noah Juleson is back, which is good. So now we got to make those line changes. Speaking of, well, actually, but Palin's up to an 80 overall now, so he's growing, which is good. We're going to, and where Shillington is down here, and then defenders, and Shillington, you'll go in Petrie. Like maybe we don't trade Petrie yet, season or not in the off season, because him and Shillington hasn't put up really any points with us. We got Alzner. Don't add because we should not. Where are we in the standings? Making the playoffs, 11 points above us. So Bird's good because we should not be a playoff team technically, but it's a step in the right direction, I think, for this young team. Last game of the season against Toronto is a win as well. So we finished 40, 34, and 8. So not a bad season despite missing the playoffs. 88 points, which was 10 points above the Panthers. The Sens were 67 points in the Red Wings. So we might have a really some chance of getting number 1, but at least we have a chance, or well, we will have like probably like a top 10 pick or something. Okay, so let's take a look at player stats for the season. Actually, let's make sure the season's ended for every other team first before we do this. Yep, okay. Okay, so player stats for the one. Okay guys, so this part of the episode might be a little strange because I'm doing a post commentary because I had like some really bad audio problems throughout the second half of this episode, like my computer's lagging or something. So anyways, at this point in the video I was going over the player stats. So we had some pretty good seasons from players like Kotkaniemi, Domi, Drouin on offense, as well as Gallagher. Like our top 6 in general is playing pretty good. In terms of our defense was also pretty solid, as Jeff Petrie was really good defensively. He put up a decent amount of points. Victor Mete and Mike Riley kind of struggled defensively, but everybody else was pretty solid. Even Carl Alzner was like a +8 in 7 games, which kind of came to a surprise. Noah Juleson played good when he came into the lineup from the AHL team, and Oliver Shillington played pretty decently nonetheless as well, like 6 points for him. In terms of goaltending, Carey Price had a pretty good season, but he missed some games due to injury. Keith Kincaid played solid enough in backup role / starter role, and then Charlie Lindgren kind of dropped the ball when he had to replace Carey Price. Then we moved on to the player stats for the regular season. So Nathan MacKinnon led the league with 111 points. Ovechkin was second with 106 points, and McDavid with 103 points. But Alex Ovechkin had 67 goals this year, and 26 of them were on the power play. Then we moved on to the defensive points, and Erik Karlsson led the league in points for defensemen with 83 points in 82 games. However, you would find out later in the episode he didn't win the Norris because Alex Pietrangelo was better defensively. Then in goaltending, this is kind of an interesting thing, as Joonas Korpisalo would take home the Vezina this season because he had a fantastic year somehow. Like Columbus's goaltending situation is up in the air in real life right now, but Korpisalo played really good. Like he even beat out Tuukka Rask and Braden Holtby this season. Then we briefly looked at the rookies this season, and Kaapo Kakko and Jack Hughes both played almost around the same in terms of points. Kakko beat him by only 1 point. So then we moved on to the standings, and this stuff I'm not going to go super in depth with, but we didn't really have the greatest season. We finished 19th in the entire league. We scored almost as much as we allowed, so Carey Price was the main reason because of that. And in our power play, I think wasn't doing that good. I think it was like a 17%. And our penalty kill was like not that good either. Then we went on to who won the Stanley Cup, and it was the Vegas Golden Knights, and then the Lehigh Valley Phantoms would win the AHL. Then on to the individual and team awards. So Vegas would win the Stanley Cup over the Washington Capitals in a rematch of 2018, so that was kind of cool. And the Columbus Blue Jackets would take home the President's Trophy. So then on to the individual awards. Nathan MacKinnon would take home the Art Ross Trophy as well as the Hart. The Norris this year would go to Alex Pietrangelo, as I was mentioning, because he played better defensively than Erik Karlsson did. Nathan MacKinnon would also take home the Lady Byng, and Kaapo Kakko would take home the Calder. Mark Stone would take home the Conn Smythe in the playoffs as he helped Vegas get to the Cup. Joonas Korpisalo would take home the Vezina, as I mentioned. Joel Edmondson would take home the Bill Masterton. The Jack Adams would go to the Ducks coach, G. Lachance. The Selke would go to Ryan O'Reilly of the St. Louis Blues. The Ted Lindsay would go to Nathan MacKinnon. And of course, the Maurice Richard would go to Alexander Ovechkin after his 67-goal season. Then we moved on to the draft lottery results, and somehow we managed to move all the way from number 13 to number 1. So we got pretty lucky there. Nashville also moved up quite a bit from number 12 to number 2. So we're going to be getting Alexis Lafreniere at the draft, which is going to be pretty nice to put somebody like him beside like Cole Caulfield and whatnot. So I'm very excited for that. Basically, this is what the draft class anyways looks like for the first round mostly. Definitely we're going to be using Lafreniere for our first overall pick. And I don't know what we're going to be doing with our later round picks. I'm looking at probably getting maybe some defensemen or for more forwards because we need some for that. So anyways, this little post commentary part is kind of weird, but hopefully you guys still found this episode interesting. So let me know what you guys think down below for the draft, the offseason. What direction do we need to do this team? Like, do we need to trade any players away? Do we need to sign certain players? Let me know down below in the comments. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.